Welcome, everyone. Really glad you're here for another episode of Forward Together Real Talk. You know, when people first hear that the Juanita C. Grant Foundation is talking about AI, they sometimes do a double take. And I get it. But here's the thing. When you look at AI through the lens of wellness, connection, and community, it stops being a conversation about technology and it becomes a conversation about people, about how we age, how we stay connected, and how we live fuller, healthier lives. And that is exactly what this foundation is about. Everything we do flows through three pillars: forward wellness, forward unity, and forward village connector. Promoting well-being, strengthening relationships across generations, and reducing social isolation. And what we're seeing is that AI, used thoughtfully, can actually support all three. It can help us learn, stay engaged, solve everyday challenges, and open up new pathways to connection. So let me be direct. AI is no longer just the technology of tomorrow. It is part of how we live today. As we started exploring this topic, one question kept guiding us. How can AI help people age smarter while still keeping relationships, wellness, and community at the center? That question became the heart of today's Real Talk. I'm so pleased to introduce our two guests, Donna Satterthwaite, Vice Chair of our Board of Directors, and Mike Baer, our Board Treasurer. Together, they're going to share real, practical insights into how AI can be a trusted companion, helping us age smarter while protecting the human connections that matter most. Thank you for being here. And I'll leave you with this thought as we get started. AI can process information, but it's people who give it meaning.
Thank you, Arlene. And hello, everyone. I'm Donna Satterthwaite. At the Juanita C. Grant Foundation, we believe it's important to explore not just what AI can do, but how people can use it in ways that support wellness, strengthen relationships, and build more connected communities. That's why we're having this conversation today. So today's conversation is called Aging Smarter with Today's Tech. And honestly, I love that framing because it's not about chasing the latest gadget. It's about using what's out there in a way that actually works for your life. As artificial intelligence becomes more and more present in our everyday world, I think the question isn't really whether to engage with it, it's how. Mike, if someone had told me a year ago that I'd be using AI to help make decisions about my home and even help us prepare Foundation podcasts, I probably would have laughed. But here we are.
I think a lot of people can relate to that, myself included. I'm Mike Baer, and what I find really fascinating is just how quietly AI has become part of everyday life. Like, we're asking for directions, we're translating things, we're comparing products before we buy them, and half the time we don't even register that it's AI doing the work. And when you use it thoughtfully, it doesn't make things more complicated. It actually makes things simpler.
That's exactly what surprised me, honestly. I was in the middle of some home projects, trying to figure out flooring, furniture, paint colors, room layouts, and I found myself just asking AI. And it organized everything, flagged options I hadn't even thought of, helped me think through the pros and cons. I wasn't handing over the decision, I was just getting a really good thinking partner.
I love that example because it gets at something really important. Technology can help you organize information and explore possibilities, but you're still the one bringing judgment, values, life experience to every decision. That's where the real wisdom comes from. AI supports us, it doesn't replace us.
And I think that's what makes it feel less intimidating once you actually try it. And maybe that's the reassuring thing for people who are still on the fence about where AI fits into their lives. It's not about handing over your thinking, it's about having another tool that helps you make more informed decisions. And you're still the one at the wheel.
Exactly, and that's also why this conversation fits so naturally within the forward wellness pillar. Because wellness isn't only about physical health. It's about mental sharpness, staying engaged, feeling capable and confident. And honestly, When someone learns to use a new tool and it actually helps them, that's a wellness win. That sense of, I figured this out, that matters. It's about continuing to learn as the world changes around us. And when technology helps us feel more capable, more connected, or simply makes everyday life a little easier, that's a real contribution to wellness. Now, while today's conversation is rooted in wellness, it really does connect to our other pillars too. Forward Unity reminds us that meaningful relationships are what strengthen communities. And Forward Village Connection is all about encouraging the kinds of social connections that help all of us thrive.
I like that perspective so much because wellness really is broader than most people think. It's about having the confidence to navigate change. So, Mike, let me ask you this. Where are you seeing AI make the biggest difference in people's everyday lives?
Right, and it's not just one thing either. What I've noticed is that people aren't using AI just because it's new or trendy. They're using it because it solves real everyday problems. Sometimes it's getting something explained in plain language. Sometimes it's helping organize travel plans, or comparing products, or summarizing a long article. Things that might otherwise take hours of digging around, and it meets people where they are. You don't need to be tech savvy to get real value out of it.
That really describes my experience. The more I used AI during those home projects, the more I realized it wasn't replacing my thinking. It was helping me think more clearly. It helped me organize ideas, compare options, ask better questions. And honestly, that gave me way more confidence in the decisions I ended up making.
That's such an important distinction, right? The goal isn't to let AI do our thinking for us. The goal is to let AI help us get better informed. So when we do make a decision, it's a thoughtful one. We're still the ones driving.
Absolutely. And I think that's what builds real trust in the technology over time. Something else we've been talking about at the Foundation is how AI is actually creating these really interesting opportunities for different generations to learn from each other. Some people call it reverse mentoring, where younger people introduce older family members to new tools, and older family members share their perspective and experience in return. It's a two-way street, and I find that really beautiful.
I think AI can become a genuine conversation starter. Picture this, a grandson sitting with his grandmother. He says, "Nana, ChatGPT gave this interesting answer about what makes a great leader. What do you think?" And suddenly they're in this deep conversation where she's sharing decades of life experience, and he's seeing the world through a totally different lens. The technology didn't replace the connection. It sparked it.
I love that, because the technology didn't replace the conversation. It started one, and one conversation can lead to so many more.
Exactly, and the learning really does go both ways. The grandson brings in a new technology, the grandmother offers perspective, judgment, lived experience. Each generation brings something the other doesn't have. That's how relationships deepen. And honestly, that's how we all grow.
That reminds me of something we keep coming back to throughout this whole conversation. AI may help us get better informed, but our judgment, our values, our life experience, that's what helps us understand what that information actually means. The two things work together.
I couldn't agree more. Technology provides information. People provide perspective. And that's why AI works best when it supports human judgment, not when it tries to substitute for it.
And that's what gives me real confidence about where all of this is heading. AI can organize information, suggest possibilities, help us think through decisions. But we're still the ones deciding what actually matters. Sometimes our own experience is enough, and other times talking it through with someone we trust, a friend, a family member, a colleague, gives us a perspective we wouldn't have found on our own. That human piece never goes away.
That's just one of the reasons I find this whole topic so encouraging. Technology doesn't have to replace relationships. If we use it well, it can actually create more opportunities to learn together, solve problems together, and have cross-generational conversations we might never have had otherwise. That's a genuinely exciting possibility.
Well said, Mike. I hope today's conversation encourages people to just stay curious, try one new AI tool, ask one new question, have one new conversation, whether that's with a friend, a neighbor, a grandchild, someone from a different generation. You just might discover that the best part of AI isn't the technology itself, it's the conversations it opens up. Thank you so much for listening.
Wow, thank you both. And thank you so much for listening. I really hope today's episode left you energized, inspired, and maybe just a little more curious. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear your voice in this conversation. We have 2 reflection questions for you, and I genuinely want to know what you think. First, can AI bring us closer together or push us further apart? And second, what is one area of your life, whether that's wellness, caregiving, learning, or staying connected, where you believe AI could help you age smarter while keeping people at the center? Take a moment, sit with those questions, and share your thoughts with us at info@jcgfdn.org. Your perspective truly matters, and I can't wait to read what you have to say. And one more thing, we have some exciting news on the horizon. This fall, 2026, we'll be launching our Cogeneration and Intergenerational Facilitator Certificate Training, a program that truly is at the heart of what Forward Together is all about. Stay connected with us for all the announcements as we get closer. We're so grateful you're part of this community, and we look forward to bringing you more real talk that inspires, informs, and empowers. Until next time, keep moving forward together.